Hi everyone, my name's Sophia.
My name is Hank.
And welcome to You Know Me So Well. So our news of the day, I don't know if I feel like I mentioned this in one of our episodes, but I recently discovered pre-workout, which is literal crack cocaine, in my opinion. And so I decided to do a little experiment today, and there's a video that I filmed that will be on my YouTube channel probably by the time this episode is out. So if you want to go check out like what actually was going on. Anyways, I decided to test out properly working out with pre-workout because the first time I tried it, we were just like packing stuff and like moving. So I ran on pre-workout and my max for running is a mile, which I know if you're like a runner, you're probably like, what in the world? Like, why would that be your max? But it is. I don't run. That's not my thing. But today I ran 2 miles. So I'm really feeling myself right now. And Hank was there to document the whole process. So yeah, if you want to go check out the YouTube video, you should, because I'm sure it's very entertaining. There's a lot of like me running and panting. If you are interested. Oh,
okay.
You know what? Sorry, never mind. Forget that. Forget that I ever said anything about that.
I was gonna say.
If you'd like to see me run, you can watch me run. Probably not going to be my finest moment, but it's fine, you know? My parents are scientists, and I'm sure they've always wanted me to be a scientist, but this is my way of being a scientist. I try pre-workout and then run. Anyways, okay. So we were trying to think of like what kind of episode to do for you guys today. And we landed on one that is pretty random. It's going to be fun, I guess. It's called Dreams and Aspirations. We wanted to talk about our dreams and aspirations and share it with you guys. And I don't know. We'll see where this episode goes. All right. Well, okay. Let's start with the fact that I am a junior in college. My junior year is coming to a close, although I'm technically not in school right now, but that's something for something else. That's for my podcast, by the way. My podcast will not be out, but when it is out, you'll hear about this whole thing. Anyways, the point is my junior year is coming to a close, which means I have 1 year of college left, which is crazy, insane, especially because I have no plans of going to graduate school anytime soon. So this is going to be the end of my educational journey, at least for now, for a good while, which means I definitely have to think more seriously about what I want to do post-college and, what I'm going to aim for. And I guess like most people, I am sort of on that like corporate track, get like a job at a company or something, probably within marketing because that's what I've been doing, or something similar to marketing. And I don't like resent the idea of doing that. I mean, I did an internship this past summer or last summer, and I quite enjoyed it. Like, I had a good time. I had a cool position and everything, which helped. But the thing is, like, the more and more I've thought about it, the more I've realized that I don't know if that's like what I really want to do. And I think for a lot of people, like, they go into corporate with this idea that it's like a temporary situation to help them move forward. But for me, I think I've always been a more like innovative, like self-starter type person, quite an entrepreneurial mind. And I think if this like podcast says anything, or like my interest in YouTube, like I would love to have the ability to create something on my own that allows me to be self-sufficient and ultimately provide for myself. So that's like my full-time job. And it's all a work in progress. I mean, I've started with things. You never know where it's going to go. I obviously have big dreams for I think we both have big dreams for this podcast. I have big dreams for my little YouTube career I have going on. I have big dreams for my own podcast when that comes out. Everything that I sort of put my mind to, I always have big dreams, but it's hard to say what the ultimate result of, doing that kind of stuff will be. But I think that the ultimate dream is to be able to create something on my own that I get to work on, and sort of being my own boss and doing something that I'm really passionate about. I think that's something that I've always been super big on, because like I said, both of my parents are scientists, and it's very clear that like I think they both have a passion for science, but my dad is like insanely passionate about it. Like for him, it's almost like his hobby as a job, and like it's just so clear that he enjoys what he does, and for him it doesn't feel as much as a job as just like something he gets to do, which he enjoys doing. And growing up seeing that, I've always wanted to be in that position, to be able to do something where I'm like, I love this. Like obviously, you know, with anything you're gonna have like your good and your bad, but I want to have the ability to do something that I'm like truly passionate about, instead of doing something that like I have an interest in but like isn't the ultimate goal. So that's my thoughts on that.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's pretty similar for me, honestly. I mean, like I know what my passion is. I guess like the question is like, it's not necessarily like a guaranteed or like stable career by any means. So it's like the question is, you know, do you sacrifice the passion for, you know, stability and things like that? Which, you know, there's not necessarily an inherently right answer to that, which is why I struggle with it a little bit. But that's something that's certainly been on my mind a lot, especially over like the last year. But it's something that's always been on my mind, is you know, kind of dreams and aspirations. I don't like know 100%. Like it's either I chase my passion and it's something that's not stable and is or guaranteed, you know, at all, or, you know, I kind of do this other thing that I've been doing, which, you know, I do like a lot, but it's more stable, you know, but would I be like truly happy doing it? You know, I think it's a tough question, one I don't really know the answer to. I'm trying not to like stress myself too much about it. Like I'm about to start college next year, so I'll have time to figure it out and kind of be able to explore that, but I don't necessarily know 100% what like I want to be doing for sure.
Okay, but like what's the ultimate dream?
What would be the ultimate dream?
Yeah, like when you envision your life in the future, what would you be your ultimate dream?
I mean, the ultimate dream would be to produce music for a living. Like that would be the ultimate dream for sure. But, you know.
Okay, well, this is about dreams and aspirations.
Right.
Don't like push it down.
You're right.
We're like manifesting. This is like a manifestation type episode. Hank is like, what in the world?
That's always been the ultimate goal, and something that even if that's not what I end up studying, I think is still something that's I would always kind of be pursuing on the side. So yeah, I mean, I think someday that would be the ultimate goal for sure.
Another thing I want to get into, and it's like kind of a work in progress, but I've been stalling because, you know, it's easy to stall when you want to do something but you're really uncertain. Go listen to I should listen to our fear of failure episode. But the point is, like, you know, it's very easy to put things off when you're like, I want to do this, but I feel like if I try it, like I'm going to fail and blah, blah. Again, fear of failure episode. Probably should go listen to that right now. Anyways, I want to try modeling. This is an interesting one. I feel like in the back of my mind, there's always been this like, models just seem so cool. Like that is just like such a cool thing. You know, it's like these gorgeous girls and like, you know, they're plastered on these like magazines and runways and blah, blah. And I realize like the truth about modeling is that it's actually insanely gruesome. And also, I think that I might be a little delusional in the sense that like I want to become a model or not. I want to try modeling. I don't want to become a model. I just want to have the opportunity to try it and see where it goes. I don't think I would ever like really want to become a model as like a full-time gig, but it's something that I want to just like try out and have on the side and see where it goes. And currently I'm stalling, so it's not going to go anywhere until I stop stalling, but I'm just so curious, you know? I do feel like I'm a little delusional because I think that I have like a unique look, which I know is what usually is scouted for in the modeling industry. I don't have the height, so I would be, you know, like I know that like the modeling industry is working on becoming more diverse, but it's not like insanely diverse. So like that might be like the one big thing that holds me back, which is fine. Like again, I'm not trying to make this like a full-time gig or anything. If it becomes something, that would be amazing. Would love to see it happen. But if it doesn't, like it's fine. Like it's just something I want to try. Then I can tell my grandkids like many years down the line, oh yeah, your grandmother, you know, was a She did some modeling gigs back in the day. Would you like to see? But like I'm just so curious and I want to try it out. And so I feel like it is a little silly, and every time I talk about
silly.
I know, but like when I like I haven't told a lot of people that I'm interested in doing this because I feel like if I do, it's like a silly thing,
Not at all.
Okay. Well, Hank is my biggest supporter, but I feel like if I were to bring it up to other people, I might get some interesting reactions. So yeah, that is something that I'd like to work on, something that I am stalling, but I'm going to try and start sending out. Hank took my digitals. Sweet little thing, made him wake up early in the morning so that we got good lighting so that we could take my pictures. I think we did it for like an hour and a half. He was just there taking pictures. I'm also making a video on this. I'm trying to monetize, or not monetize. I'm trying to like make a video out of everything I'm doing with my life right now. So
as you should. Go
check out my YouTube channel if you haven't. Self promo. Sorry. I know that's annoying, but yeah, it's something that I'm going to try and like, I'm just going to put it out there, and whatever happens, and I'll just trust the process. And I'm not like so dead set on it where it's like, if it doesn't work out, I'm going to be like devastated. Like I tried it. I might be a little devastated, but it's fine. There are no mistakes. It's just a learning lesson. So,
I don't know. I feel like I spend so much time thinking about the future.
Yeah, me too.
It's
a lot.
Yeah.
And then I hop on Pinterest and I start making these little Pinterest boards. But yeah, I personally, like, I think I live a lot in the future, which I know is not necessarily great, but I think it's what many times keeps me going. And in different aspects of my life, like, it's what's helped me get through tough times. For example, like COVID, I was really just like dreaming about my college experience when I was stuck at home and couldn't do anything. And I don't know if I would have necessarily like made it through like unscathed. Sorry, guys. Unscathed if I hadn't, been sort of just like dreaming about the future. And also, I think the cool thing about like having dreams and having aspirations and holding on to certain dreams is that, it can happen. Like at some point it'll happen, or I'm not going to say it'll happen, but it can happen. And recently I had sort of one of those moments where I was like, oh my gosh, my dreams are coming true, because when I was like 12 years old, before I would go to bed, I would lay in bed and honestly, I've had this like ongoing dream for years. It continues to this day. It's me as like, I don't know, I think I envisioned myself as like mid-20s, late 20s, something like that, like grown up adult. It's sort of based off of the plot of 13 going on to 30, where like she becomes 30 and she lives in this fabulous apartment and she has this really cool job and she has this boyfriend and all that. And 13-year-old her couldn't even imagine having any of that. Anyways, in my dream, it's me maybe mid to late, I think it's more like mid 20s. I always thought I was like I thought I was gonna get married at 22, so anyways, but the point is, it's like me living in New York City in this fabulous apartment with Florida ceiling windows, which by the way, I used to think that they were saying Florida windows, not Florida ceiling, or Florida
floor to ceiling.
Yeah, that's a fun fact for you. Anyways, with these like floor to ceiling windows, like all around, like big high rise. I'm living in like the penthouse. I have a boyfriend who lives somewhere else, but like comes to visit me all the time. We do little sleepovers back and forth. I have a cool job and I'm just living the life, and didn't get like the full experience, but over the summer, me and Hank were in New York together and we had an apartment together, and I had a cool job, or a cool internship, and it was sort of this like dream come true moment, not like in its entirety, but just the fact that I was living out like aspects of this dream, and at a much younger age than I could have expected. Like it really gave me hope for the future, because it made me realize like, yes, dreams can come true. So if I keep putting my mind to those dreams, like it can happen. Like it's not too silly to dream it, maybe not in the capacity that you necessarily think it's happening, but it can happen, So like no dream is too big. If you have dreams, like keep dreaming and obviously keep working hard and all that. And one day you may be able to live out that dream, and it'll be so worth it too. Like, it'll be so surreal.
Yeah. Keep chugging along.
Yeah.
Why not? Why not you?
Yeah. Like, no dream is too big. It may seem silly to other people. I think other people always are like, other people will downplay stuff, but if you just keep believing in it, who says it can't happen?
Yeah. Someone's got to do it.
Yeah.
Why can't it be you?
But yeah, I think the thing for us is like, we're both really young. We have our whole lives ahead of us. We feel old to some degree, because like, yeah, I think we have our moments where we're like, oh, we're so old, like we've already dictated our path. But the truth is, we have so much time ahead of us. So much can happen in that time. Things we can never imagine happening. And there's a lot of uncertainty with it, but there's also a lot of excitement, because I think with having so much ahead of us, we also have the ability to dictate our paths going forward and to do what we want to do. And I feel like in this day and age especially, like there's a lot less stigma against just like trying out things that are unconventional, but can be done. Like, I mean, people still have their comments, but like, I don't know, like, yeah, I feel like if you really want to do something, you can take the risk and try it out and see where it goes. I'm a little risk adverse, to be honest, so I can't say I'm necessarily going to do it, but other dream I have. I want to have a gallery opening one day. I love painting. I'm looking at my most recent painting currently, which is behind Hank. Yeah. And I have a...
It's good.
Thanks.
It's very good.
Okay. I have a particular style of painting and everything. And I think it would be really cool if I could, create a collection, work on it, and maybe one day have a gallery opening. Yeah, it'd be pretty cool. Or have my work in a gallery, something like that. Another thing to work on. Yeah, that one I'm not like working actively on. But, another thing I would love to do is write a book one day. About what? Not really sure, but, something. Trying to think if there's anything else. Those are like my seemingly silly dreams, but I think they're actually quite achievable just with work. But I also am not like necessarily working actively on them currently, which is fine. I don't know anything else. Hank, do you have any like seemingly silly dreams?
I mean, what I said my dream is kind of a silly dream.
It's not a silly dream though. It's actually totally viable because Hank has a whole degree in audio engineering. Like,
this is true.
And experience.
This is also true.
He has multiple songs.
This is true.
Somewhere. I don't know where they are. I'd love to be able to access them, but no.
All on my telephone though.
Okay, you want to send them over?
Sure.
We're gonna start putting out Hank's music. And he has a variety of like studio experience. It's what he was doing in New York. So
it's true.
So it's not like a silly dream,
Sure.
Like writing a book for me is kind of silly because it's like, what experience do I have? I've only ever written like essays or papers for school.
Fair. Silly.
But I think the fun thing with writing is like, I believe that most people who do it actually don't really know what they're doing when they start it. They just have a story to tell and they start writing it out and then something comes out of it.
Yeah, this is true.
Oh, I want Hank to become a DJ. This is my dream for him. I don't know if it's his dream.
I would become a DJ. I mean, if I did music production for a living, I'd love to do like live shows and stuff. So yeah.
But I also think you should just like start out now.
Yeah, this is true. It'd be fun.
Yeah, and you can work your way up.
This is true.
Yeah, you can break into the industry that way.
This is true. This is very true. All right, I'll figure it out.
Me and Hank both have things we need to figure out.
It's okay. We're young,
Yeah, we're young. We do have time.
That's what it's
But then sometimes I feel like time is running out, like if I don't do it now. But also I think like, okay, here's the thing. So from my YouTube, sorry, I really talk about this a lot, but this is like the main thing I'm focusing on right now. From my little YouTube journey, so I started my YouTube channel like a little over 3 years ago. 3 years? Yeah, 3 years ago. And I had always wanted a YouTube channel. Like I've had a camera in my hand since I was like 7, 8 years old. It's just been my thing, like for my 10th birthday, I got a video camera. For my graduation, I got another video camera, high school graduation, which I use currently. it's always been my thing. And that and photography, like love having a camera in my hand, love doing stuff with it. Anyways, the point is when I started this YouTube channel, I had like an opening. I realized that I had an opportunity to start it. So I started it and I shared videos and I was like, oh my gosh, slay me. And then I stopped. And after that, I was never really consistent. I'd post here and there. I had an attempt at trying to be consistent, but it just like never really worked out. And now I'm finally at this point where I've been consistent. I think I've been consistent now for like a month, which is amazing. But the one thing about it is I don't necessarily regret anything, but like I do wish that I had just been consistent from the start and not been scared to do it. Because I think like honestly because I have a lot of footage that never got published throughout the years. I wish I had just like not been super like insecure about the footage or like questioned whether anyone would want to watch it and just posted it out there, because I would be so much further into my journey at this point if I had just like done it, you know? And now I'm kind of like, it feels like I'm kind of starting from scratch, which is like totally fine. But, you know, it definitely is, it's going to take some time, and I could have been a lot further in the journey if I had just done it, you know, when I'd initially started. So yeah, I think the one big thing about it is like, I don't like the idea of putting things off, because yes, like we're young, we have plenty of time. Like if we don't do it now, we can always pick it up again later, and that's fine. But also like, I don't want to continue finding myself in the position where I'm like looking back and I'm like, oh, I wish I had done it then when I had initially had the idea, because, you know, now I've lost so much time. So at least for me, this is just for me.
Yeah, no, I think that's good advice. In general, I think there's no reason to put it off just because you're young. You know, it's honestly still the best time to do it.
Yeah, I mean, if you have, like, all it really takes is courage. And I think, like, you can also easily fake courage. Like, you can just tell yourself, I'm going to do it, and I'm going to suck it up, and I'm going to do it. And you go do it. And even if you are doubting yourself the whole way through, like, if you can just get yourself to do it, like, then you've done it. And then you can move forward and see what happens. So yeah, if there's something that's on your mind, something you've been wanting to do, you know, just go do it. Find the steps to making it possible and start the process. And don't try to stall the way that I am. Like, just follow through, keep going, keep working towards it. And, you know, it'll be hard as you're doing it. You may not see any results anytime soon, but just trust the process. Keep dreaming big, keep those dreams, and eventually you'll take yourself somewhere. And even if it doesn't end up working out, like, it was a lesson. You learned something from it. You experienced something new. It'll help you in the future. Those lessons will really come in handy at some point. So you're not losing anything by trying it.
It's true.
Yeah.
It's the worst that could happen.
Right.
It'd be better to try and then fail rather than just never try.
Yeah.
I'll always regret that.
Yeah. Anyways, is that it from us?
I think so.
Yep. Thank you so much for listening to our dreams and aspirations. Maybe this got you thinking about your own dreams and aspirations. Like we said, if there's something on your mind, go do it. Figure out how to do it and then start the process. It'll be 100% worth it when one day you're living out your dreams that you couldn't even imagine ever being able to live out. So
it's true.
Start now.
Yeah.
Anyways, thank you so much for listening. We will see you next week. Go follow our YouTube channel. Find us on social. I don't know.
Yeah.
Send us emails, like whatever. We'd love to hear from you. We'd love to see you interacting with us. So yeah. Thanks for listening.
Thank you.
Bye.